What's up, everybody? So update 0.5 for Undisputed dropped, and I'm grateful that we actually got some new content for Undisputed, and we got some new fighters, and we're going to start out with that. It's called the Easton Assassin update, and that's homage to Larry Holmes, who is the marquee fighter that's been added. We got 3 new ones. Larry Holmes, let's talk about him for a little bit. He's an 87 overall, and first and foremost, he is a beast in this game. I was surprised. Well, not surprised. Larry Holmes, obviously he's a legend, but good Lord, he feels good. He feels good. But he's 87 overall, good attributes. I like his traits. Everything about him is just straight up solid. We also got Kevin Kelly, Southpaw, who's in the game. He's at featherweight as well as the lightweight division. He's at 82 overall. Solid stats, nothing splashy, but check out these traits, y'all. And I really like these tier traits. So he has second win, table turner, and Lionheart. So if you haven't seen table turner, I don't remember that trait before. So with table turner, after being dazed, your punches have 30% more chance to flash daze for 30 seconds. So I like that. I like things like that. Just don't get dazed. You just don't want to get dazed. We also have Lerone Richards that's in the game. Mr. Hot Cross Buns. If you don't know Hot Cross Buns, I say Hot Cross Buns because that's something he sang in a post-fight one time, so that's why I said it. It's just like a little kid's nursery rhyme.
Just a few lyrics.
Can I sing a song that I sing to my son?
Of course you can.
Hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. Give them to your daughters, give them to your sons. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns.
Should I be impressed or horrified?
But he's an 80 overall. He's also Southpaw. What I like about Lerone Richards, he has granite chin as his trait, but he's a very slick fighter. You know, I actually think he just needs the opportunities to be able to prove himself, and he's not getting the pub because he's not being seen over here. He was with Matchroom, he went to Boxer, and I really haven't seen much of Lerone Richards in the past 2 years. But I would love to see him in fights against the Caleb Plants of the world. I would love to see him in those fights because I think that'd be a heck of a fight. It'd be a chess match. Don't underestimate Lerone Richards, I'm telling you. But in the game, you can. He's not very good. Doesn't feel that great either. So in the order of what I like, Larry Holmes feels the best, is the best, and he's probably the best heavyweight to me. And then you got Kevin Kelly, and then you got Lerone Richards. That's the order in which they kind of came out and were laid out, and that's the order in which I would actually put them as far as how they feel in the game too. Lerone Richards feels too slow for me. For the venues, we have the St. Andrews Sporting Club, which is a licensed venue from Glasgow, Scotland. It's a solid venue. You know, nothing too flashy, nothing too special. They reworked the Santiago gym. It has new buildings and other slight adjustments around it. It looks good. I think visually it is an improvement from what it was before. And they revamped the lighting in Turner's Gym. If you don't know Turner's Gym, you know, the one with the graffiti that you see in the background. You know, that's Turner's Gym. Some of the general changes that they had, they added a new results timeline cutscene for fights that end by flash knockout. I tried my dangest to get a flash knockout, y'all. I could not get a flash knockout. So I wanted to show you guys that, but I'm sorry, I was unable to get it. But they also added a new timeline cutscene for fights ended in surrender. I am able to show you that. Let me know what you guys think of this. So players will now see the corner throwing in the towel whenever somebody surrenders, and I like that. It's like you quit. Here we go. We throwing in the towel. You don't want to go no more. That's what you're telling us. They updated the instant replay system to include new special effects. I'll have that here so you can check that out. You can let me know what you think. It looks fairly similar to what they had before. Nothing too flashy for me, but you guys might notice something extra. Players can once again cancel and end their taunts early in online play. Like I said, I'm not playing online until they get online straight again. And during the tail of the tape in online fights, this is a good change. I like this change. It now only takes one player to press skip to end the tail of the tape. Because I know you'll press A and then you're like waiting. You're like, oh, come on, man, what are you doing? Just press A, let's get it going. And you'll be pressing A over and over and not doing nothing. So if a player presses skip, the tail of the tape will end after 5 seconds. Now on to the gameplay changes. So some of the gameplay changes I really like. The reduced They reduced the movement speed of fighters when they're dazed. That was a must. I hate it even when I ran to try to catch up with somebody before. It was ridiculous trying to catch up to them. But now you don't have to worry about just sprinting over to them. You can actually just move into them and then do your work. Cut them off if they're trying to go one direction. That works very well. So I like the reduced movement speed. I did notice it. It was a good change. They introduced stamina scaling across weight classes. This means that we're now able to balance stamina in each weight class individually. So heavier weight classes will use more stamina and should throw fewer punches than lighter weight classes. Now, when I was playing this, I played at featherweight because I used Kevin Kelly. I used Lerone Richards. I used Canelo against Lerone Richards. I just was doing different things. I used Larry Holmes at heavyweight. And I always try to box, as if I'm in the ring. So I'm not just throwing out and wasting punches and the stamina goes. So I usually manage my stamina pretty good. Stamina management has never been an issue for me. So with the stamina scaling that they had across the weight classes, I never had too many issues. And now that when I was using Kevin Kelly, I noticed that I did have higher stamina at the end of the fight. Even though with those lower weight classes, you're throwing more punches, but because of the way I fight, I didn't throw as many punches. I pretty much was fighting very similar in every weight class because of my style of fighting. So I did notice the differences. They also slightly reduced maximum movement speed for all fighters. Didn't notice too much of a difference here, but they said slightly reduce the maximum movement speed for all fighters. So we'll have to see. I really didn't notice too much on that one, y'all. So it's not too much that I can say. Now we're going to get into the AI changes. So the AI changes, overall, I could read every single one of them, and I will, just so that you know them. Put them up on the screen, let you look at them real fast. But I want to show you the fights, that I had against the AI. And I still have an issue with the AI, but I did like how the AI was fighting. Canelo was being difficult. He was being difficult to defeat initially. I say initially because it was one of my initial fights that I had. But once I adjusted, I was able to easily defeat him once again with Lerone Richards. No problem. And you know why? It's because it doesn't matter if you're fighting a heavyweight. It doesn't matter if you're fighting at middleweight. It doesn't matter if you're fighting at featherweight. The AI is doing the same thing. So while they introduce AI reactionary behavior specific to whether they're winning or losing a fight, okay, yep, they do. Introduce AI reactionary behavior specific to receiving multiple illegal shots. I did throw out some illegal shot. I don't know what behavior they were doing. I only threw out about 3 illegal shots. Improve AI boxer movement into and out of the pocket. I did notice that. Improve AI boxer positioning when they're engaging. Improve AI punch selection when probing, engaging, chasing a KO. Fixed an issue in which the AI boxer was getting stuck and hit stun. Adjusted how and when the AI boxer chooses to be aggressive to resemble a real fighter more closely. Improve AI behavior when dazed. Now, I'm not sure about the improved AI behavior when dazed, as well as I'm not sure about the AI behavior once they get up after being knocked down. Because from what I experienced, after you knock the AI down, they just sit in the corner. And if they still, how you see the health bar, if the health bar is still in the red and you can go in and engage and get another knockdown real quick, they just sit in the corner. Like they don't even move. So the AI is still a work in progress, but it was an improvement. I will say I did notice an improvement, and we're going to continue to see incremental improvements in the AI. Just continue to give your feedback. The AI is better, but the problem is it's not distinct. That's the only issue with these AI changes. They're all across the board. Like Deontay Wilder is fighting similar to Kevin Kelly. Deontay Wilder is fighting similar to Zhu Khan, I'm not a fan of that. Wilder doesn't do all that slipping and dodging in like that. That's not what he does. So they still got work to do in that arena, but they're at least trying to get the AI to be a little bit more competitive, a little bit more engaging, and actually performing actions that a fighter would do, depending on if they're behind in the fight, depending on if they want to get that KO, etc., etc. So we got to give them time to work on it, and that's just what we're going to do. We have no choice, right? So let's see what they do in the future with the AI. The fighter changes, we had Rocky Marciano and Joe Louis introducing the old school move set to the game. So as you see, and I'll put a video up here, I'll try to have something related to it. You see they got old school move set. I like it. It's like, come in, put them up. I don't know if you guys watch the old cartoons, those WB cartoons, and then we got put them up. That's exactly the kind of style they got. When they just sit there for a minute, that's the style that they have. So when they move around, very flat-footed, you know what I'm saying? They're not gliding around like Muhammad Ali, but they, I like it. I'm not against it. Still feels a little stiff and clunky, just a little bit to me. That's just my opinion. Especially, maybe it's because I'm so used to the way I was using Joe Louis before, and now with the old school, he feels a little different. It's not as fun to use, in my opinion, since they changed it. But you guys let me know what your opinion is on that. One of the biggest changes, and we kind of expected to see this, y'all. Terrence Crawford increases overall from 90 to 91, increases right hand power from 87 to 88, his power punching from 85 to 87, punch speed from 88 to 90, movement speed from 87 to 90. Basically, he went up in everything. They upgraded his punches and bunches trait from tier 1 to tier 2 and added the sting like a B tier 2 trait. And those were all appropriate. Now, I'm not going to have images for all these fighters, but I am going to allow you to just see what the changes were that were made, because Muhammad Ali had changes. He went from tier 1 to tier 3 for his float like a butterfly tier. See, that's good, as he should. These GOATs, these better fighters, or if there's something that they're special at, they should be tier 3s. You got Arturo Gatti, Blood and Guts Warrior trait from tier 1 to tier 3. That's appropriate. Roy Jones, Untouchable trait, tier 1 to tier 3. So you'll see. Joe Frazier, Smoking Left Hook, went from tier 1 to tier 3, as it should. So you're going to see all these upgrades, and I like it. Canelo Alvarez is a brutal body worker, so he has tier 3s. Joe Louis Bomber trait is a tier 3. Rocky Marciano has Lionheart tier 3. So, not like I said, you can see them right here on the screen. I think they're appropriate, and I'm glad they did it. The only one I was a little interested in when they changed Natasha Jonas to Knockout Artist trait from tier 1 to tier 3. I'm like, okay, tier 3? Maybe tier 2. I don't know about tier 3. It's all good. I see you. They can always change it back. And Calzaghe punches and bunches trait from tier 1 to tier 3. So some solid changes, tons of tiers. I love the tier traits. So they're starting to, they said last time out they were going to start introducing more tier traits, and this is what you're seeing. I still want to see Terry Harper get some adjustments to her tier traits too. They had some bug fixes. I'm not going to talk about each one of these fixes, but you'll see them on the screen. But overall, guys, I like what they're doing. We got an update. It's just few and far between, y'all. I mean, I'm still personally not playing Undisputed that much. Every time they got an update, I'm definitely trying it out. I'm seeing what they're doing to online to see if I can jump in. I'm seeing what they're doing to cut the gap with the AI, because I don't want the AI, or I don't want career mode released until the AI is good. So I'm definitely paying attention very closely to all the AI changes, because nobody wants to be playing career mode with an AI that's buggy, or an AI that's doing something that it shouldn't do. Because number one, it's going to get boring. If every fight is the same, it's going to get boring. Because right now, yeah, you could Canelo, his movement is going to be different than, let's say, a Lerone Richards. But when it comes to, and when I say his movement, I'm talking about his natural slow movement, the way you slowly come in. But when he actually starts doing moves to evade, that's all the same. It's all the same. So he's going to be doing the diagonal dodge just as much as Lerone Richards is going to be doing the diagonal dodge. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Some fighters should not be doing that. If a fighter is a come forward fighter, let them be a come forward fighter. If they're a flat-footed come forward fighter, don't have them be doing all this diagonal dodge stuff. You know what I'm saying? But either way, that's all I have for this one. Sorry if it took a little longer than expected. Let me know how you guys are enjoying Undisputed. Let me know if you maybe you abandoned the game for a little bit, but you might come back and you tried it out. Let me know what you think about the updates. Do you like the AI updates? You feel like they should do more? I think they're doing what they can, guys. I just think it's going to take a lot of time before it gets right. But I'll catch y'all on the next one. Really appreciate you guys checking this out, man. Until next time, peace.